Okay, now we're going to take a look at a couple of solos from a band, Sacred Mother Tongue. The first of which is a song called Demons, and the tuning for this is going to be in E flat. So let me just take you through the tuning notes and then we'll break it down. Here it is. Okay, I'm just going to play through the first section of this solo and then break it down. Okay, we're going to be playing this on the open, well, we'll call it B string, even though it's sort of B flat. And we're going to start on the 7th fret of the B string. And then we're going to play the 2nd and 3rd fret on the B string. Okay, then we're going to play the 8th fret on the B string, and then open, so we've got this. Then after that, we're going to play 5, 7, 8, open B, and then 12th fret on the B. So at a slow tempo, we've got this. Then we're going to play the open B again, and then play 7, 8, 10 on the B. So we've got. Then after that we're going to play the 13th fret on the B string, open B. Then we've got 10 to 12 on the B. Then open B again. Then 17, open B. Then we've got 12, 13, 15 on the B. So we've got. Then after that we're going to play 19, open B, then 15, 17, 19. And when you get to 19 you're going to play a half bend. Then after that play 15, 17 on the high E string, then back to 19 on the B. Okay, so at slow tempo you've got this. Okay, here's the next section. Okay, this next part is going to start with alternate picking, starting with a downstroke on the 16th fret of the B, and we're going to have 16, 17, 19, then 15, 17, 19, 17, 15. So. Then after that we're going to go up to 20 and play 20, 19, 17 high E, 20, 19, 17, 16 B, then play 17, 19, 17, 16 B. So we've got this. Then after that we're going to move to the G string and play 17, 16, 14 G, then 17, 16, 14, 13 D. Then after that we're going to play 16, 14, 13 D. Then move to the A string, play 15, 14, 12 A. Then the same on the low E and just include the 11. Okay, so at a slow tempo it should sound like this. Okay, now the next part. Okay, we're starting this off on a 15th fret bend, up a whole step on the B string. Then by your first finger on the 12th fret on the high string and the B string. Then play 15B, 14G, Then bar your first finger across 12 on the G and the B and play 12 fret B, 12 fret G. So you got. And then finish on 14 on G. Okay, then we've got a hammer on from 14 to 15, back to 14 on the G, pull off to 12 with a slight bend in it. Then 14 to 12 on the D. Then 14 up to 16 on the G. Then stop. Then 12 up to 14 down to 12 on the G. Giving it a slight bend again. It's all kind of, you know, just the expression that you're putting into it, basically. So you got. And then when you finish that, you play 12 up to 14, down to 12 on the G, and then 14 on the D. Okay, so at a slow tempo, that first part should sound like this. Then slide into the 9th fret on the D while playing 7 on the G. Which is basically what we're going to be doing next. So slide up to 9, 7 on the G, 9, slide down to 7 on the D, play 5 on the D. Then once you've pulled off from 7 to 5 on the D, play 7 on the A. Okay, so after that, the first part should sound like this. Now we're going to play the 4th fret on the D string, and then just slowly half bend it up to the pitch of the 5th fret on the D. Then after that, slide from 5 up to 7 on the A. So far we've got this. Then after that, to finish this section off, we're going to play 7 on the A, 5 on the D, slide up from 7 to 9 on the D. And then on the G string, we're going to play 7 to 9. So we've got this. And then to finish off, we've got a quick bend up to the 12th fret, back to 9 on the G. Sorry, slide up to 12 and then back to 9 on the G. So. It's quite important to have that sort of stop on the 12 before you play the 9 to add, you know, a little bit more dynamic to it. And then stick some vibrato on that 9th fret on the G string. Okay, so that last section slow should sound like this. Right, this next section is going to be a long alternate picked run, but what I'm going to do is split it up into small bite-sized chunks so you can get your head around it a little bit easier. Here's the first section. Okay, so we're starting this off using the upstroke technique, and we're going to play the 11th fret on the G, then we're going to play 7 on the G, then we're going to move to the D string and play 9 to 7, and then just alternate the notes on the G string from 11 to 9, so you've got this. Okay, so that's basically what you're doing, using the upstroke technique and really kind of just getting that nice and clear. Okay, now for the next bit. Okay, again, we're driving from the upstroke start point, and we've got 11, 12, 11, 9 on the G, and then we've got 10, 9 on the D. Okay, now for the next part. Okay, again, starting with an upstroke on the 16th fret of the G, we're going to have 16, 12 G, then we're going to have 14 to 12 on the D. Then we've got 14, 12, 14, 12 on the G, then 14, 12 on the D. So you've got this. Then after that, we're going to move up to the 19th fret on the G string, and then play 14 G, 16 to 14 on the D. Then we've got 16, 14 G, 16, 14 D. Then move up to 21 on the G, then play 16 on the G. Then we're going to play 19 D, 16 D. Then we're going to play 19, 16 G, and then the same on the D. So you've got this. Then the last position is going to be 23 on the G, 19 G. Then we've got 21 D, 19 on the D. Then we've got 21 G, 19 G, and then the same on the D. Okay, so all of that slow should sound like this. Okay, now for the next part. Okay, so using the upstroke again on the G string, we're going to start on fret number 21, up to 23, back to 21, and then 19 on the G. Then we're going to play 21, 19 on the D, and then repeat that pattern twice, so we've got this. Then we've got 23, bend up half a step on G, bend it again, pull off to 21 on the G, and then slowly bend up 22 on the B string. And then include the 22nd fret on the high E string when you get to the top of that bend. So at slow tempo you've got this. Now for the last part. Okay, starting this last section off, we're going to slide up to the 24th fret on the high E string, then pick the note when you get to 24. Then we've got 19, hammer on to 24, pull off to 19 on the high E string, 20, 19 on the B, then 21, 16 G, 17, 16 D, then we've got 19, 14 A, then we've got 15, 14, 12 on the E. Okay, so at a slow tempo you should have this. Then slide up to 16 from 14 on the G, with a little half bend, and then pull off to 14. Then bend up 15, down and then up again. Then you've got 12 high E, 15 pull off to 12 on the B, 14 hammer on 15, pull off to 14 on the G, then 14 pull off to 12 on the D, then slide up from 12 to 14 back to 12 on the G, and then finish on 14 on the D with some vibrato. Okay, so that whole last section slow should sound like this. Okay, well that concludes the solo analysis for the song Demons.